Hello, my Aloha tribe, and welcome to the Aloha Perspective. As you can see, I'm wearing my Doctor Who shirt because guess what? The 14th Doctor has just been named. Super duper excited. That's going to be a fun adventure. So anyways, I cannot say his name. I apologize. I do not know how to say it, but once I learn it, I will let you know. So anyways, welcome to Hodgepodge Monday. Happy Monday. How was your weekend? I know that, even if you're watching this later, you're probably like, why the hell are you always asking me how my weekend was? Well, because if you go back over it in your mind, it might make Monday better if it was a good weekend. If not, then just know it's a new week. So anyways, let's just shuffle these. Hodgepodge Monday, I have the Affirmators deck today. I did not come up with a subject. There's too many things going on in the world right now to really talk about. Talk about in a reserved and sane manner because I am so angry about so many things right now. Good morning, baby sibling. But anyways, good morning, older sibling. Let's just run through these really quick. God, how about Friday, right? Friday's, God, those cards were, I don't know, mind-blowing. No words. So anyways, all right, we'll start with these, then we'll get to the Affirmators deck. Alrighty. And maybe tomorrow I'll come up with a subject. So, you don't need wings to fly. You don't need wings to fly. Simply put, you don't need wings to fly, right? You can just be your own bubbly, amazing, awesome self and let that float you through life. Sometimes I think we think we need so much more to be so much more. And that's not the case. Just be you, do the things you love to do and want to do. That's what's important. Live free, living free. Just living without worry, which I know is hard. But here's the thing, it is possible. There are times when worry is going to pop up in our head and we feel like, oh my God, so overwhelmed and everything. This is where mindfulness comes in. Mindfulness is a huge thing. And the more we begin to understand mindfulness, the more we can kind of react better to some of the things that feel like they're just going to break us. And by that I mean, it doesn't mean worry and anger and all those other emotions aren't going to come up. It's just we're going to have better tools to know how to respond to them. Okay, and we can do that by just living free. And again, living free is just not, trying not to put so much emphasis on the worrying part. Oh, that's like my gift. My gift is worrying. Good morning, Debbie. You are the author of your story. Make it a good one. You are the author of your story. Make it a good one. These three kind of go together, right? What do you want to do that makes you happy? Do it, which will allow you to live free of whatever shackles you feel hold you back and allow you to fly because you do not need wings to fly. All right. Let's see. Be you, not someone else. Own your style and own who you are. Just own who you are. Don't make excuses for yourself. If somebody says, what were you thinking? Just say, you know what? I liked it. It looked good to me, so I'm wearing it. Own it. Own it. I'll never forget the look on someone's face when I wore a spring dress with purple tights and purple Doc Martens. Hey, they both matched my dress, so who cares? It was a white spring dress with beautiful white and purple and blue and just a tad of pink flowers on it, and I 100% loved it. And I didn't care. I wanted to be comfortable, and I love my Doc Martens, and as far as I'm concerned, they go with everything. So, so just own it. Be who you are, If there's always going to be somebody who's going to have a comment. And the way I see it is, if you're comfortable and you like your style, then don't worry about what other people think. Because, maybe subconsciously they're just jealous because they don't have the courage to do whatever they want. They feel like they have to fit into the status quo. It doesn't matter. Just, if you're comfortable in your own skin and you're comfortable pulling out the outfit you're pulling out, just own it. Wear it like you mean it. All right? All right, here's the last one before we get to the Affirmator deck. Stand tall, my dear, and shine like a beautiful ray of sunshine. So if you needed that reminder, stand tall and shine like a beautiful ray of sunshine. Shine like a beautiful ray of sunshine. You know what? Let's pull one more. I don't know why I keep seeing summer. Let's see. Ooh, Live Free came up again. By your rules, just be you. Interesting. I'm going to split this deck in half. Something's telling me to do that. Oh, there you go. There it is. That's the one we're going to end on. Just wing it. You can only fly once you are willing to give up the safety of your cocoon. You can only fly once you are willing to give up the safety of your cocoon. And it's kind of funny, right? It kind of goes with, you don't need wings to fly. But once you're willing to give up that safety, you'll find that you are capable of so many things. And, you know, don't doubt yourself. Again, all these cards are pointing to what you can do to make your situation better, to make your life better, to make yourself just, you know, feel like you belong to, you know, I mean, that you belong to your life, to just own it. You know, don't let other people tell you what they think you should be doing. Do what you want to do. All right. So I have the affirmator stack. Let's see what we got. Oh, look at that. We have a bonus card, which means, dun, 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 dun. Oh, I lost my little, there it is. Which means we get to pull the card after it. So, oh, Harmony. All right. That's a cute one. Little raccoons. Sorry, guys. Hold on one second. I accidentally saw that card, so I'm sticking it back in the deck. All right. So we have Initiative and Harmony. How cute are they? I know in my heart that when something is right, it feels easy and breezy, even though that sounds cheesy. With this in mind, I banish all stress, insecurity, and tedious work from my relationships. Then I invite harmonious relationships into my life and let them show up on their own time. Easy breezy things are rarely punctual. I like these. The reason I'm doing the affirmators deck today is because I don't have a topic. So I thought it'd be kind of fun just to go to these guys, because they always have really good topics that we can work with. So again, remember, these are the snarky cards, all right? All three of those. Well, those two and this one. They're the snarky ones. But I mean, look at the picture. How cute is that, right? Even the starfish is having a good time. But, all right, so let's see. One more time I'll read this. Harmony. I know in my heart that when something is right, it feels easy and breezy, even though that sounds cheesy. With this in mind, I banish all stress, insecurity, and tedious work from my relationships. Then I invite harmonious relationships into my life and let them show up on their own time. Easy breezy things are rarely punctual. God, seriously, right? These kind of actually go with the guidance cards from just now. You know, it's about letting go of the negative stuff that, you know, you have to put so much effort and so much work into. There's nothing wrong with putting effort and work into things. But when it feels like it's just becoming too much, like, you know, you're the only one doing it, sometimes it's time to take a breather, take a step back, and take a look in. You know, take a step out of your situation and look in, right? I don't know how many times I've had to do that. So the Initiative, which is the bonus card that goes with the Harmony. Step right up. You're being awarded a boost of initiative. This potent potion will give you the gusto you need to move your life in a previously unexplored direction. If you're in a relationship, then it's time to take initiative and make some interesting plans for you and your partner. If you're not in one, it's time to reach out to old friends, go on adventures, and potentially meet some new cohorts. Either way, this great journey is beginning with one small step, or one short text, or whatever. I'm not the boss of you. So, just as a side note, this is the, something told me to pull the Love and Relationships deck, but I don't necessarily put them in as, sorry guys, everything's getting stuck to my lips. I don't necessarily put them in the same, I mean, I don't really look at it as being love and relationship cards, okay? Yes, they're mostly focused on that, in that direction, but the way I like to look at these cards is just how we live our lives, period. If you're complaining that you have nothing to do, that you're home alone, that you're doing this, that, or the other, reach out to people, take the initiative. If there's something you want to do in life and you don't know how to get started, start Googling, take the initiative, you know, just put in your keywords, right? Like, whatever it is you're interested in, okay, just put in the keywords. You don't have to have a whole sentence. Keywords work, all right? But then also have harmony. So it says right here, I know in my heart that when something is right, it feels easy and breezy. This is kind of the other cards where it says live free, right? That card came up twice, live free, and you don't need wings to fly. And the butterfly card, which was, just, of course now I can't find it, just wing it. You can only fly once you are willing to give up the safety of your cocoon. Sometimes we have trouble taking the initiative in things because we're afraid to give up the safety of our cocoon. What if we get hurt? What if this happens? What if it doesn't work out? What if it's not the job of my dreams? What if? You are not shackled to any one thing. You are not shackled to any one idea. You have the freedom to move, laterally, to the left, to the right, up, down, sideways, whatever way you want to shift and move. Those are your choices. That's what they mean when they say to live free. It means you have the freedom to just do whatever it is that you want to do with your life. Now, if you have responsibilities, then remind yourself that you have responsibilities, but you can still shift in different directions while having responsibilities. You can still move in whichever direction. Sometimes you have to take a little bit more exception or consideration, but what these cards are saying is it's really about taking the initiative. It's about taking that first step in the direction that you want to go in. If there's a career or people or whatever, maybe you're thinking, well, I'm still super bummed because I haven't seen my people in a while. No one's reaching out to me, la la la. Then reach out to them. If they don't reach back, then maybe they're just busy, or maybe maybe they're just busy. A lot of times that's all it is they're just busy. People get busy. Now, with everybody being locked down for so long, people are starting to move around again. People are starting to shift, and they're starting to discover new things about themselves because they've had that time to be with themselves. And so sometimes you might grow away from somebody, or sometimes you might grow closer, or sometimes you just might be in these little stagnant areas until, somehow you might end up back in each other's lives. I don't know. That's up to you and how your life goes. But what it's saying is, and if it's a new adventure, maybe you had time to sit with your head for 2 years, right? Or a year and a half while, the world was closed down. You've had time to decide, what do I want to do? Where do I want to go? And, maybe you have the means to do so. So take that shot. Take that initiative to do what it is that you want. Harmony just isn't about with other people. You have to have harmony in yourself first. First and foremost, you must be in harmony with yourself. Think of this as like your inner and outer being, right? And it says, I know in my heart that when something is right, it feels easy and breezy. How many times have we thought, oh my God, this is so amazing? And then time just passes because you're having the time of your life. You're enjoying everything. You're flying free without wings. And like Debbie said, that's exactly what she's done in the last 2 years. And, I think for a lot of people it is. A lot of shifts have happened just for the people that are watching right now. And some of them have been very difficult, and some of them have led to eye-opening, eye-opening events and, feelings and discoveries of who they are. I have had so many discoveries just within the last few years. It hasn't been easy, and it's been scary at times because sometimes I get too far into my head and start overthinking. But when I come out of it, I realize, gosh, that's not how I want to be. That's not where I want my mindset to be anymore. A lot of times we seek validation from outside sources. The validation that should mean the most to you is the one that comes from yourself. First and foremost. That's where you should be seeking validation. Do you approve of you? Are you doing the things you want to do with your life? Are you taking the initiative in your life that you keep telling yourself you're going to take? The minute lockdown ends, I'm going to do this. Then do it. I discovered a whole new talent in myself within the last few years that I didn't even know I had. My mom was always the more artistic one in this family. And I mean, as far as crafting and stuff goes, my father's the writer, which I get from him, but I never thought I had the crafting gene. And poof, all of a sudden, it's like, I mean, I'm even wearing some of them now, but I never thought I had that in me. Not once did I ever think I had that in me. But something inspired me one day. I took initiative, and now it's slowly becoming a business. Very slowly. But, I mean, very slowly. But it's still fun for me to do. And it helps me get out of my head. Because I have to focus on different things. That I'm not in my head all the time. In fact, some of the best work I do is actually at night, because that's when I seem to get most in my head, when everything's quiet. So it says here, when you realize that everything feels right, with this in mind, I banish all stress, insecurity, and tedious work. If you feel like you were digging and digging and digging and digging and digging and not getting anywhere, that's tedious work. Now, if you're digging and digging and digging and then you hit something, keep going, because you never know what you're going to find. But again, a lot of times I think we give and we give and we give and we give. And, we give without expecting anything, and that's the way it should be. We should do for others without expecting something back. But a lot of times it just feels like we're doing and we're doing and we're doing. And there are going to be times, and the funny thing is I'm having a flashback to a group of people I used to know that were just, I mean, no offense to them or anything, but I'm using them as an example because it was really kind of a toxic environment. You had one person that lived in a consistent pity party and another person who fueled that pity party. And they were the kind of person that they had to, bring a person down and cause drama so they could fix it and look like the hero. And I mean, I was so grateful to be able to shift out of that. And it wasn't until years later that I realized how toxic it really kind of was, to the point where there was actually a fallout between two people I had known, someone who's still really a good friend of mine, and them. And actually two people who were very, very close to me, and those people. And all of a sudden it's like, well, you're not invited anywhere. You're not allowed to come unless somebody brings you. And it's like, how old are we? I mean, are we in second grade or are we adults? I mean, this is over a decade ago, and it's still kind of like, wow. Sometimes I look back and I just think, wow. And I think the reason it's in the forefront of my mind is because older sibling and I were talking about it the other day, and it's just kind of like, holy cow. It's like, do you remember when? But these are what we're talking about. That's the tedious work that goes into it, because you should not walk on eggshells around people that you care about. You should not have to. And that's what was happening in our group. People were starting to have to walk on eggshells, and there were other people just like, whatever. I'm friends with everybody, and that's fine. I don't care who hangs out with who. But this one particular person did. I started banning everybody, and it's just like, who are you? Are you that insecure that, you can't handle something that you can't fix? But that's not how life should be. We shouldn't be out there causing drama so we can fix it and look like a hero. The heroes in our lives are the people that come in and just exist with us, that just, are in harmony with us. It's an easy breezy, beautiful relationship, right? Friendship, partnership, whatever it is. But if it starts to become tedious, then communication either needs to be had, or, you got to take the initiative to walk away. So, I mean, it's not always easy. It can be very, very hard. And, and if, you have that gut instinct to stick around because eventually you're going to have that breakthrough, then do it. This is just talking about the things that people fight for that they should not be fighting for anymore. That you just know is not going to work. That you just know is not, going to bring anything more than drama. And because life's too short to worry about stuff like that. Life's too short to hang around people that just don't bring anything to your life. And I think, like I said, don't give up on people that you really believe you can help, because you'll know in your own time. Your body, your mind, your heart, everything, your spirit, it will tell you when it's time to walk away if it's not working, because you never know. You don't want to give up on somebody like 5 seconds before the miracle, right? So, but in other words, just use your spidey instincts. But if you're holding on to something like a job or a relationship or a friendship or a work partnership, and it's just getting more and more toxic and more sour and more bad, then there may need communication, or there may be a need for you to walk away for a while, or for permanent, or for good. They're the hard decisions we make in life. But, it's like the initiative card. Step right up. You're being awarded a boost of initiative. This potent potion will give you the gusto you need to move your life in a previously unexplored direction. Maybe you feel stuck. Maybe you feel like, well, because of all of this happening over here, I can't do this over here. I promise you this, and this is from my own experience. If you move in a direction and you're afraid that you're going to lose the people that you've come to know, that you've come to just love being around and whatnot, move in that direction anyway, because you will see who's meant to be in your life. When my position was eliminated and I was set free, my biggest fear was losing the people that I had become so attached to. But then I realized it was an unhealthy attachment. And I still keep in touch with about 2 or 3 of them. Sometimes, on social media, you'll see other people, and you kind of realize who were your real, actual friendships and who were just coworkers. And I have 2 very, very good friends that have still kind of stuck with me. One I don't get to see that often. The other one we try to meet up every so often. And the third one is, still trying to figure out the balance there, because that was the one that I had some issues with that I've talked about in the past. But we're finding a better footing now. And it was initiative, But also, I don't know, sometimes I struggle with things because I realize that sometimes it's my own fear that holds me back, and then I struggle to talk about it because I realize that the minute it comes out of my mouth, I'm hearing it. And by that I mean, the minute it comes out of my mouth, I realize it's not something I can ignore anymore. But, reach out to old friends, go on adventures, and potentially meet some new cohorts. You never know what's going to happen. You absolutely never know what's going to happen. One of my favorite people that I hang out with, I met her through her now ex-husband. And it was simply from a 5K. They commented on a post I had made on Instagram. We decided, hey, let's all meet before this race, and and then turns out her and I got along so well that when they got divorced, I kept her into the divorce, but or she kept me in the divorce. So, but no, we started hanging out and stuff, and the thing is no matter how much someone can hurt someone you care about, the truth is, if it wasn't for this particular person, I would never have met her. But I took a chance, and I said, I'm being very shy. I thought, what, I need to meet more people. So when they said, yeah, let's meet, it's like, okay. And it was a very short window of meeting because Sibling and I had a hockey game to go to. But it worked out. And then we started talking, and 7 years later, we're so super close. She's like a little sister to me. And And it's fun. We don't get to see each other that often, but we do a lot of, we will have adventures. And those are the things that they're talking about, to go on adventures. Adventures don't have to be super grand. You don't have to plan it out like you're, like a trip. You can get in your car and just drive somewhere. That's an adventure, right? That's just getting out there, getting out of your head, doing your own thing, going for a nice drive. Those are adventures. Sometimes don't even plan where you're going. Just go. Find out where it takes you. When my mom was still alive, she had ladies that she hung out with, the Golden Girls, right? Mostly Hanai family, and my dad would drive them. And one time they just took a day trip out to the Yuma prison. It was like a 3 or 4 hour drive one way, but it was an adventure. Go on adventures. Don't wait until you retire. Don't wait until you do all these other things. You can rest when you die, okay? But go out and have adventures. Be fun. That's what this is talking about. Go on adventures, potentially meet new cohorts, to hang out with. Either way, the great journey is beginning with one small step. The great journey begins with one small step. So just live life. Live free, right? That's what, twice that card came up this morning. Live free. And you can only learn to fly, or you can only fly once you are willing to give up the safety of your cocoon. So just wing it. You can only fly once you're willing to give up the safety of your cocoon. It was kind of like with the crafting stuff I was talking about. I was just making them. I don't even know how many I made before somebody told me, you need to start posting these. And I did. And, like I said, slowly but surely they start selling. But I don't think everybody always sees the album I have. I have over 60 pieces now, which is amazing to me. I made a bracelet this weekend, and within 10 minutes, it was sold after posting it. And I'd never made a bracelet before. I was just I felt like I needed to be creative. It took a little bit longer than it would to do anything else. But it's a very fulfilling feeling to do something. It's a very fulfilling feeling to do something and then have it appreciated. For people to say, wow, okay, that's pretty cool. Or I want those. I have a friend that jokes now on Instagram that she has to keep scrolling. I made a door charm this weekend. A lot of people wanted to actually buy it, but it was for me. It's for the house. But that's also where you can find your harmony. By doing the things you love, by doing the adventurous things, by living free and setting yourself free. Don't be afraid to try new things. Don't be afraid to try new things. And that could be in anything. Even if just, you have this instinct. Like, for instance, just as a quick side note. Older sibling, before she had her surgery, bought a bunch of stuff that she would be able to eat that were soft, because she had dental surgery. And she bought these coconut ice popsicles. And she's like, yeah, I don't think I'm going to eat those. It appealed to her at the time, then it didn't appeal to her. So I'm like, okay, well, if you don't mind, I'm going to try them. I put it in my protein shake this morning. Game changer. Absolute game changer. And I know that seems like a stupid example, but there was a time when it'd be like, yeah, I'm not sure I'm going to like that. So I don't want to waste my time with it but you know what? Things are going to happen. Sometimes you're going to do something and it's going to be a miss. But there's a great quote I saw. I was looking for a quote for today, and I've seen it a lot of times. But it says, better an oops than a what if. So it turns out it wasn't an oops. It was an absolute delight. And plus, on top of that, it made my shake thicker, so that was nice. But the thing is even though that's a small example, a tiny example, if we don't try, we're not going to know. If you don't take the initiative and have those adventures, if you're not in harmony with yourself or the people that you enjoy being around, it's going to be harder. It's going to feel more like work. It's going to feel like you're just, pushing against a boulder that's not moving. And you're still waiting for it to budge when it turns out It could be like an iceberg where it goes 50 feet into the ground and you're not knocking that shit over for nothing unless you start digging. So sometimes that's how we have to look at life. Are you pushing against a boulder that's not moving? Or, are you willing to dig to get it to move? That's the initiative. Sometimes you got to take the initiative to do things that are a little more difficult, that you're not sure you're capable of doing in order to move forward. Okay, so I know this was a shorter perspective than normal. I kind of ran out of things to say. Shocking, I know. But I do hope everybody has a wonderful, wonderful Monday. Please take care of yourselves, okay? Find harmony in your life. Take the initiative in your life. I know baby sibling. It's funny. Baby sibling, I swear every week she meets a new person. And, or people that she hasn't seen in a while, or people that know people. I joked with her once, and then she kind of confirmed that that's actually what they call it, that like Tucson is the biggest small town. And by that they mean like it's a big town, but so many people are interwoven with each other. But you know what? What I love is that she's always making new friends. She's always having these mini adventures and just making new friends. She takes chances. And that's what I think is a great example for a lot of people, is just taking chances. Don't waste so much time that you regret the time that you spent thinking about it versus the time you could have been doing it. Okay, so she's all, yeah, it's so small. It is small. It is small. We used to joke. I went to visit my uncle once when I was 17. He had met a woman and ended up moving from Hawaii to West Virginia. I know, that's a leap. But he knew everybody. We used to call him the mayor. So, because, oh, and see, she's talking about how okay, so she witnessed this. Ooh, it's always freaky. Let's just, before we end this, let's just jump back a second. She had an accident happen right in front of her, but she's sitting here saying she's still in contact with the girls from the accident the other day. It's crazy. It's totally crazy. But yeah, I mean, you never know where you're going to meet people. I know that's a weird place to meet people, but at the same time, they may need her in their life, and who knows where it'll transpire from there. But the point is that sometimes that's the initiative that gets taken. It's to shine your light. If you're an empath, if you were a light worker, this is when you're supposed to be doing that. One of my purposes is to do what I do, because I do have so much, and there's so much that goes on in my head that, I can talk for hours. Today, for some reason, it's not, but I think I'm meant to talk to baby sibling today, because, I do have to take older sibling to her dentist. Well, I don't have to, but, it's always fun to get out of the house and just go for a drive. Right. So, but yeah, so we got to do that after 10, but I don't know why I'm telling you all this. You don't need to know all this, but the point is, have an adventure. Have an adventure. Be out there, do your things. Oh, hey, look, there's my dad. I'm not sure what you're saying yep on, but yeah, but have an adventure. Go out there and do something. Go out there and live life. Don't just sit back and wonder as it passes you by. The question is, they always say this. When you die, or you're on your deathbed, can you look back and say that you were proud of the life you lived? That, oh, he's talking about my talking. Whatever. I know. Oh, well, he would know. He would know. But, yeah, I would just like to point out that I get that from my dad's side of the family. My grandmother could talk and talk and talk. She could out-talk me. But see, now I've taken something that I used to be teased about when I was a kid. Somebody laughed, and it's probably baby sibling. But anyways, but I've turned it into something. I've made it into something. you know. And even though today is not going to be a long show, surprisingly, right? Because it's a Monday, you got things to do. Just remember, go out there, live your life, shine your light. Even if you're not sure if you're an empath or not, just be you. Be you. Own who you are. Don't worry about what other people think about you. It's none of your business. Just live your life. If you need to remind yourself, just remind yourself, when I look back when I'm older, did I live the life I wanted to live? Did that make sense? Did I live the life I wanted to live? Yeah, I think so. Or do you have regrets? Because I'm telling you, for as long as you're breathing, you can always do whatever it is that you feel like you wanted to do in life. It's never too late to be who you want to be. Ever. It's never, ever too late to be who you want to be. I mean, we always read about these, 90-year-old people, right, who get their law degree. And other people are saying, why? You're never going to practice. And they're all, because it was a dream of mine. And when I die, I want to know I did it. And they have free time. So they're like, hey, why not? I'm going to go back to school. It's never too late to do whatever it is you want to do. So do it. Go out there. Do it. I know I'm pretty much talking to myself too. Just do it. Embrace your life. Open your heart. Trust your soul to make the right decisions. And just take that leap of faith. And sometimes all that leap of faith begins with is believing that anything is possible. All right. So I hope everybody has a wonderful, wonderful Monday. Happy Monday again. It's a brand new week. Again, wearing my Doctor Who shirt because they just named the 14th Doctor, whose name I cannot pronounce yet. So super duper excited. New adventures on the way. I'm so stoked. I'm kind of sad about the 13th Doctor though, but hey, that's how the Doctor regenerates, or that's how the cookie rolls. So I will see everybody back here tomorrow. Tuesday Thoughts. I will probably have things I will talk about tomorrow, an actual topic. But 8:30 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time under Shelley Marie Lucas. It is on Facebook Live if you want to join in the conversation. It is public. Anyone can watch. Or if you just want to watch later, I do upload these right afterwards to YouTube and then share it to Twitter. So again, I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. Take care of yourselves. Have your big adventure. If you have nothing to do today, just go for a drive. I know gas is crazy expensive right now, but you know what? Adventures can't be stifled. So I will talk to everybody later. Have a great day, and thank you so much for watching.